Welcome to Emancipated Studio. Welcome my uncle, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block.
Salute, 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 salute. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we got another exclusive interview tonight. But before we go there, let me welcome the chat. Number one, we got Vaughn on fire tonight. And then my homeboy, the one and only Fasada Media is in the house. Falsetta, make sure you email me. We got to hook up. And I want to give a warm and generous thank you to the KZ20. She has did a video and it's on the community tab, thanking myself and Before the Billions and Intentional Millionaire and of course the lead. And I want you to know, Lucchese, it was an honor for you to sit down with me and educate all of us about everything that you have gone through and been through. So we thank you very, very much. And of course, excuse me, y'all, we got the one and only Convo and Chill with the one and only Tommy B is in the house. And of course, y'all know when it's time for me to get that good cooking, that soul, that little seafood, that little vegan, a little bit of everything. I'm calling my homeboy, Chef Shapino is in the house. And of course, we can do none other, no brother, no better than knowing we got Miss Gail at night in the house. And of course, we got Titanium is in the house. And then let me see who else we got in the house. We got the one and only, always holding your boy down. We got Stephen Day, always holding me down. Love you so much. Keep on rocking. Keep getting that knowledge. Let's move it up. And then, of course, the one and only, the man who is now in charge of, quote unquote, the assistant of administration, the one and only Well Talk Productions is in the house. And then we got Robert H is in the house saying, hope eBlack talks. We not going to go there. You're going to have to go to his page if you want to talk about that issue. Tonight, it ain't about what happened. It's about eBlack. But you go to his page, his link will be dropped. And then we got, boy, I'm like TLA now. Boy, I got to figure out how to read. La Belgia TV. So if I butchered up spelling, saying your name, forgive me, charge it to me. And of course, we got my data engineer who be running all of the engineering around this place. Before the Billions is in the house. And then we got none other than the brother that understands having a business mind, K Business Podcast. Thank you, sir, for the $5 cash app. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we bring you an exclusive interview all the way from Texas. But this brother was responding to the TLA argument. See, TLA is he likes to sometimes be that light colorist. That's a term that seems to be going around, the colorist term. So we got to understand that, there was a time with them Redbone brothers, them light-skinned brothers, they was kind of ruling the platform. Chef Shapino, no, he was the man of the hour. He had that smooth voice. And, Chef got that light skin. But, we had to find another brother that can represent us dark-skinned brothers. And we found him tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, when TLA needed his own television network, he called this man. And when Chef Shapino needed a brother that can, do it like no other in the sense of running his business, he called this man, and he rose up to become the Black Panther of YouTube. So Uncle Stu had to call him to the stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only eBlack TV.
How's it going, you?
What's
How's it
going
going
on?
on?
What's going on?
You ain't playing with that intro. You're not playing with that intro. I need to go get my boxing gloves because I feel excited.
How is your day going?
It's going good. It's going good. Work had me. They was tripping at work, but now I'm back home. Family's good. Got to talk to other black men, talk about life. I'm good right now. You gotta forgive me. There's this thing in Texas called grass, and it's killing my throat. So if I sound a little hoarse, I can't do nothing about it. I done took Claritin, Flonase. It's done.
Look, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. You just supposed to come in with that smooth, don't let me call Chef up here. Chef come in, he don't need to cam up. He just speaking like, it's all over the place. I had to shut down a live, like, ladies, back up. Back up. Back up.
Chef can talk about anything, and it sound good. He'll talk you through a heart procedure.
He's the man. He's the man. But tonight, you the man. So what kind of work do you do?
I'm a computer programmer. I work for the government. I've been doing that for the past. This would be my 14th year.
Okay.
And so I've been doing that. I love it. It's brought me a lot of joy, a lot of sleepless nights, but it's been fun.
When you got into STEM, how was it going into the STEM program? How was it, did you always want to be a computer programmer, or is it something you discovered in college? How did you get into that?
Interesting enough, I've always been about computers. I grew up, I was 18 during the Y2K era, big silicon boom, .com everywhere. Computer programming was a far-fetched idea. I thought that was for NASA and for other cultures and whatnot.
Right.
I ended up, luckily, my job was doing some layoffs, and I looked at a guy, he was doing a technical writer position, which is basically making manuals. And, I knew how to do Word, Excel. I knew how to do all of it. So I figured I'd go to school for that. Well, by the grace of God, my first intro to computer programming or intro to computer science classes were a black guy. My intro to C programming was a black guy with dread or locks.
Okay.
He formerly worked for IBM. And, after my first program, Hello World, I knew what I wanted to do. So I totally switched everything up. And you see the product of that.
You're talking about a historical event, because I do remember Y2K.
Yeah.
When they thought 1999, December 31st was the last day everything was going to happen. They figured every computer system was. Look, you had people who was making money selling emergency kits.
Yeah.
The world was just supposed to end. It was done.
Prince made a lot of money too.
Oh, he did? Yeah, Prince held it down that year, didn't he?
Yeah, he I know he sold a lot of records in 1990.
But it was I almost look at that year, and it's like when you said it was nothing but a flashback. Like, well, I remember when everybody was trying to get this, get that, etc. So is in this era, would you say computer programming is something that is very easy?
Yeah, I would say this. I would say this. Computer programming is a very logic based, very mathematical based. Um, Staying just in the field of STEM is probably needed. I see a lot of times people enter into programming specifically, and they fall
Mhm.
short because they don't have this. They're just not built for it. It's kind of like um, some people like building chairs. Some people like
Okay.
being on scaffolds. Some people like being architects. It's all in the construction field.
Okay. Okay.
So programmers a specialized thing. Anybody can build basic programming, but when we talk about higher level architectures and data layers and going down the packet layers, and like I tell people, you may enjoy just being in a server room and fixing servers. You might go like going out to a field and fixing computers. You might like doing business processing. Business processing is still STEM. Whether
Right.
people like people will hire you to transfer accounting software and do whole mergers and acquisitions, and they need a specialist to fit the two companies together. So specifically programming, I would tell people, hey, if you liked problem solving, yes, try it, but keep your eyes open to other STEM industry because it's tough.
Right.
CIS 205. Once you start getting into building matrices and linked lists, and so I see that's when the bodies start dropping. That's when the bodies start dropping because they don't get it, and it does take a certain type of, you have to love it.
Right. Right. Let me ask you this, as from where your vantage point is, because you're coming with a lot of history. One of the things that I've been dealing with in the state of emergency issue, trying to reformulate or try to help more African Americans in the sense of where we are in the sense of the men,
Mm-hmm.
economically, socially, and we know that the STEM programs, or at least allegedly, the STEM programs are not targeting African American men. They're mostly targeting African American women. Is that a myth or is that a reality?
I would say that's a myth. I think in general, the STEM field doesn't have the support structure of, like I said, my first year I had two black teachers.
Hmm.
So I believe, you know, what happens, like I said before, is that as you go up the ladder in schooling and education, you don't have the support like everybody else. So a
Okay.
lot of people fall by the waistline, and then they don't even end up completing degrees, or they switch subjects. And I don't specifically say that they're targeting a gender. I just don't think that they're targeting the core issue of supporting, taking groups of African Americans and teaching them how to solve the problems in the college system, because it is a systematic issue. You do need help.
Okay.
I did as much as I could, but like I said, I see where you'd have three or four groups of Asian people in one corner. You have the Indian peoples in another corner. You'd have the ethnic races all huddled up, and they're helping each other. As African Americans, we're we're just trying to get by, so we leave class right afterwards.
Right.
We got to go to work, and it's like we don't. It's hard to if we did. This is just my opinion. If we
Sure.
had if we can just support each other in these studied fields like we do in sociology and the other fields, I
Mhm.
think you would see more black people in it. But we don't support each. I don't feel we support each other in the upper level as we should. But I think it's just a symptom of just the chaotic nature that African Americans we have, and we have to try to make it work.
Let me ask you this. With that being said, if let's say there's 4 or 5 entrepreneurs listening to what you're saying, and they say, "Hey, we want to be a help and not a hindrance," what would you say is maybe 2 or 3 things that if you had the magic wand that we could do to help support a STEM program for just African Americans in general?
I
What
would
would that
say,
be?
I would say, I would say definitely start early. Start getting into the middle schools. Not only that, start helping with the free coding program. Start providing free learning opportunities. Computer labs should not only be about playing games. We should make it mandatory. Not only that, sponsor an African American in school, because a lot of it's not the I don't think it's the caseload. I just think it's the collegiate environment, and you're gonna have to spend a lot of time in front of a computer. So if I was to say, hey, alleviate some of that so that person doesn't either have to work, they don't have to worry about the books. That those are just like basic stuff. But I also believe, like I said, imprint in early coding, because I didn't learn about coding. It was a foreign thing to me. Like you all see the Matrix, you all see this stuff. You really think that certain industries are literally for certain people, groups of ethnic groups. Once I got there, I was like, man, they not smarter than nobody. They
Wow.
not, they look. Trust me. After a while, they asking me for help. So I'm like, So I think if I would have known earlier, I would have done it. But like I said, it's a systematic thing.
So, in other words, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying that people who, let's say, are in some type of real estate
Hmm.
should really maybe buy a house and just support somebody that's in STEM. If that's no more than saying, look, the rent here is $250 versus if they had to go out there and actually get an apartment. Or are you also saying that we should have housing for our STEM, our black educated, our
Yes,
blacks in the
black.
STEM program, and just allow them to live free, maybe have a stipend over here so that they can really concentrate in the studies?
Yeah, I definitely think black fraternities, of course, stipends. The one of the things that I was doing in Oakland, I was actually trying to help. I created this group called the Blacks in Technology. I was, if you don't know Oakland, this is like Acorn Project. So
Okay.
I was actually hired to do computer classes.
Hmm.
So I would go there twice a week for an hour. Anybody in the building can come down. I'd fix your laptop. I'd help you, show you how to do computer courses. I developed a curriculum so we can do typing. I'd test you from start to finish. And then I was trying to get that to go into other things, to where every like low income housing should have high speed internet. Not only that, they should at least have a computer course, because these like when they're building these new buildings, they should have community centers with computers in them. Not only should they have computers in them, they should at least have somebody there that can help them. We're the way that they're building public housing and the way that they're building new housing with low income grants, they should say, hey, this you have a community center. That community center should have fiber internet. Not
Mm.
only should it have fiber internet, you should at least be allocating some money towards computer training. So that's those are things that, like I said, could help bring us up. Not just us, but everybody.
That never dawned on me about the housing projects and being able to, what could we do if take my community? I want to take what eBlack is saying because I have great colleges and universities around. Now knowing what you're saying, let's take it off the government. What can we do as private citizens to start changing some of the dynamics that we're seeing in these STEM areas? Should we now start looking at what's collegiately and work our way backwards, or should we now start dealing with right where you said hitting the middle school and making sure that they have that structure to go straight up?
Um, you know, this is one of those things about personal accountability. Us as people, we have to want better. We have to want more. We know we got to stop training people to be, the least of the least. Start early and start training early. Introduce them to new fields. I tell a lot of people all the time, especially the young men. I'll be like, "Yo, just let them come see me work at my job.
Hmm.
Let him just see when he sees my nameplate on there and he sees my computers and stuff. Just let him see. I'm not gonna teach him much in a day, but let him see that this is an opportunity for you. Start, working on communicating with other African Americans that are in a particular field and say, hey, can he come to your job even just to look at you?
Right, right.
So I mean, but like I said, you still, like I said, it's just like anything else. You have to invest in your children. I invest in my children now. I'm starting now with piano.
Got
Yeah,
you.
so
Got you.
it's one of those things where you have to make the sacrifices to get the results that you want.
What would you say? First of all, let me just do a quick commercial break. Am I still going in and out, everyone? Does it sound like I'm breaking up when I'm communicating?
No, you're good right now, but
I'm good
earlier,
right now? Okay. All right. Let's take right now. In fact, we'll flip it this way. Right now, what do you say we should do to prepare our children for tomorrow? I don't have little ones, but I'm just speaking in the general. But if after everybody leaves this live, what should they take away that we start doing and implementing without government resources, without waiting on the government, without waiting on programs?
you're breaking up a little bit.
I'm breaking up. Okay. All right, you gotta forgive me. I'm trying to quickly fix this engineering problem up here. I don't have my before the billions who normally handles all my tech work. This should have been corrected long ago, but that's Uncle Stu's idiocy.
Yeah. But
All right.
from what I understood is what we could do today. You know, um, gosh, that's a tough question because every person is individually different. What I would say, what I would
I got
definitely.
forgive me. Got my other engineer, and her hand went right across the camera. Y'all say y'all know who Brown Eyes is, y'all. All right, do am I
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
okay? All right.
I would, I would say this. I would say this. Just make the sacrifices that are necessary. I don't have the answer. I'm a new father. I'm still trying to figure. I'm a father of one, so I don't know half of what. A lot of this is just speculation. So the one thing I will say is that keep trying and make the sacrifices that you're supposed to be doing. Stop. You know. stop
Understand.
stop making excuses. Stop putting it off. Make the sacrifices.
Excellent. Where you come from, eBlack? How'd you grow up?
Man, I'm the furthest West Coast born person in my family. San Francisco, California. Born in Oakland, raised in Frisco. Moved back to Oakland. You know, uh, I'm just a brother, man, just trying to make it day to day. Made a lot of mistakes. Made a lot of made. I did a lot. I'm proud of myself in a lot of ways because I would have never thought I'd be in this position to where I can look back and say, "Oh, you made it," because it was looking bad for me for a while.
Okay.
but after that, now I get to see my daughter, I get to see my wife. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed.
I would say you don't have to necessarily talk about A lot of black men who may be on the wrong side of the road, a lot of black men who may be thinking they can't make it because there's no one really out there. You know, now they're watching eBlack. They're watching you. A lot of times when we see people, we see them in their now, their success, their rise, their whatever. But we really don't see them in how they got started, how that changed. Can you teach me, those in the chat, those that's going to listen to you, what are the steps of redefining
What's that last part?
how to redefine yourself to make that transition?
You know, that I tell people a lot of times, I made a lot of mistakes, but the one thing I always had was faith. Like, I believed that I was here for a greater purpose. I've always believed that. I've made decisions based on that. That I'm not here just to be with these cats. I'm not here just to be making this amount of money. I'm here for a greater purpose. And once you start having high regard and respect for yourself, you'll start acting accordingly. That's probably the first step, is having faith, knowing that the situation you're in or the situations that you want to be in starts with faith, knowing that God will provide all. That's all I've ever done. Even in my worst points, I'm like, yo, I need to make a change because this ain't what I'm here for. And I think that for all men, you should have that, like we always talk about alpha and all this other stuff, and it all starts with the fact that your decision is your decision. The people that the decisions that you make are rooted in truth and righteousness, and they're gonna have a clear definition of where you're gonna be going. And that's what I've always done, and that's always led me towards a greater path for myself. I've had to make a lot of hard choices, cut a lot of hard people away. I've had to move cross country because I had faith in myself. And that's what I say to a lot of men. I used to teach. I don't want to say teach. I used to be a facilitator, and I don't know if you know who Dr. Wade Nobles is.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, Dr. Wade Nobles. He's a black psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work. I used to work under him for 2 years, and he put us in these schools, and I would tell them all the time, you're just because you're 18 doesn't make you a man. You can be a man before 18. Your decisions, your actions, the responsibility that you take upon yourself, that makes you a man. There's a lot of young men out here who have to feed brothers and sisters and all this stuff.
Right.
They're still not 18. So for me personally, like I try to, when I was in these schools, I told them, pay attention to your actions. Take ownership of your actions and start defining what you want. Write them down. Have a goal set. Have affirmations. Have goals written on the walls. These are things that will change and restructure your mind. So when you go out in the world and you see the chaoticness, it's nothing. You're cutting.
Yeah, Falsetta Media. Okay, y'all, we're going to do a quick technical recheck. Falsetta Media, I need you to quickly tell me how to do it on the Rodecaster.
Oh, you got the Rodecaster?
Yeah.
Oh, Rodecaster gang.
Saying noise gate, so he's going to have to give me some quick technical switching in order to get this sound right.
You might have your speakers up too high too with echo. That's just my thinking.
All right. How does this sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. All right. Because I know I got Falsetta. He's gonna give me my technical on the spot. We're gonna fix this. Because they said they don't want eBlack's interview slipping, sliding. They want to be clear. I got you. That's nothing but love.
Yeah, that's good.
If you had to give me steps, I already know you gave me the God step. Can you give me the second and third step for change? So, in other words, there's a 25-year-old, there's a 30-year-old, there's a 35-year-old out here. They in the hood, they wherever, because you could be rich and be in the wrong spot. They need to make a change. So, in the words of Michael Jackson, make that change. Took away the God piece, which we know is important. What is the second and third step if, for us to be able to do?
Yeah, it's I would say start making your own decisions, not your friends' decisions. Because
Mm,
a lot of times I've had like they call me the mean one of the group because I'll tell them no in a second. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Y'all gotta go. Like
right,
y'all gotta go. Like I can't do this all night. Hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to the house.
right.
I gotta, I'm not partying tonight because I gotta go to work or I need to, go to this interview. So I'm gonna be on the corner with my bus tag at 6 o'clock because I need to do that. So start taking ownership of yourself. Stop depending on people. If you gotta walk 2-3 miles, man, you gotta do it.
That's powerful.
Stop leaning on other people. Make your own decisions. People will help you, but don't plan on it. Make decisions for yourself. Start planning for yourself. Stop planning for your friends. Another one I would say. Another one I would say is, get around people who want to see you do better or who want to be around you for your for you. I don't hang around thieves. I don't hang around people who take from me or who only need me when I had a car. Be around people who enjoy your company.
Let
Because
me
go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because the deeper dive is this. The deeper dive would be, how do I distinguish for me versus who is using me? Say that again. How do I distinguish who is for my betterment versus my detriment? In other words, say I come in, I say, you know what? I can use eBlack. I don't care what eBlack going through. I don't care what his family going through. I don't care nothing about him. But I can use him to make money off of him like a pimp does a prostitute. But I'm making you feel that I'm here for you, but in reality, I'm not. I'm here for my own gain. How do you distinguish that? How does a young man distinguish that?
Tell them you're broke.
Huh?
Tell them you're broke. Tell them you have nothing. Because man, look, people will, like I said, people will show their true colors when you don't have anything. When you can't feed them or you can't support their needs. The people who say, "Oh, you broke? That's good, man. Look, I still hang out." Those are the people who want to be around you. Those are the people who care about you. But when you're dressed the nicest or you have the car, tell them you ain't got no gas and you can't go nowhere. See what they say. These are the things like people, like I said, people will show their true colors when they cannot get anything out of you. I've had it done plenty of times. Brothers be like, I'll be like, yeah, my car in the shop. My car's sitting right there. I eBlack. I get with you later, man. Look, we was gonna go to this party, but I'll get with you. Then they call back and they say, yeah, man, we had a great time at the party, man. I know your car broke down, but Johnny picked me up. I was like, okay. But with the real brothers who care about you and who want to see you do good, they gonna call you and be like, hey, man, I'm gonna come over. We'll bring the party to you because we enjoy your company.
When you recognize, when you wake up, I've had what they would call the great awakening. You know, In the manosphere, people call it the red pill, which is the awakening. And it's a real thing.
Yeah.
When I say taking the red pill and having your awakening moment, how do we even get to the red pill so that others have their awakening? And in context, I can.
I don't know nothing about no red pill. I'm from Oakland, man. I'm
Okay. Let me break. Have you look? This is where before the billions is going to get you. I know you saw the Matrix.
yeah, I know I saw the Matrix,
Okay.
but
So red pill is not necessarily about
yeah,
black men and relationships. It's more symbiotic.
yeah,
The symbiotic says there's a lot of people basically sleep and then take this red pill and you're awake. Now, my commercial break, look, bro, I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of you. I call y'all geeks. I am the nerd in the house. So I'm going to have to I got to interview some more nerds because let me just call out my little pack. You in engineering, uh, I am Courtney as an engineer. I got before the billions as an engineer. Well, engineering production. I'm like, well, all my little nerds that we just like to read books at. I'll tell you, I just love y'all, man. Cause if it ain't for y'all, right now, I got all my texts. They in there like, we gotta have Uncle Stu out. This whole sound system done went to the left. And it's like, Lord, I said, I'm gonna have to blow up my phone. Like, all right, y'all gotta get this thing fixed now. You know.
hey,
But
that's
no,
good. My
that's
spidey senses be going off. Trust me, I try to. I mean, I'm looking at you. I'm like, man.
you got to help a brother out. We got to do a 5-minute commercial break. Get this
Yeah,
right so we can be right back on target.
but
I'm
okay.
just
So
gonna run out of time
I
real
guess
bad.
you know. I guess what you're alluding to is the fact that when do you get to the point to where you want to make real changes in your life,
Yeah,
or
if
do
I
you?
had to talk, let me do it as an example. Let's say I had to talk to Wealth Talk Productions. I had to say to him, as young as he is and as bright as he is, Wealth Talk Productions, you're going down the wrong path. I know I'm old. I got this gray. But I need to feed you the truth of your life as opposed to just taking I can make money off of you because you're ignorant. How
Yeah,
does a person really feed truth out of the love that for that individual?
I mean, you talk about personal experiences. You try to tell them, hey, I was in the same situation as you. I've done that a ton of time in which I talk to like some 18, 19-year-old. They say they want to get their apartment. I say, why do you want to get an apartment? You're living with mom. You don't pay no bills. Do you really want to pay these bills? No. I did the exact same thing. I moved out too early when I didn't have to. You don't want to do this. So I talk from a personal experience. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably the worst person to give advice because I'll tell you once and I'll leave. I'll be like, okay, I told you. But, for the most part, just speak from a personal experience, but try to identify things in your life that, you can recognize and you can explain. It's okay to be, a lot of times, especially in our old days, they'll say, oh, things have changed now. And I'll say, well, things haven't really much changed. Things are just different, But like I said, there's only so much. The one thing with, especially talking to youth, I've learned, especially when I was like doing my facilitating in schools, it's just listening. They just want to be heard. They want exercises. They want to be told, hey, do X, Y, Z and come back. And they want to be admonished for that. They want to have feel a part of this world and they're doing it right. So a lot of times if you're going to mentor a youth or talk to a youth, tell them, hey, call me back when you do this. Start implementing a process for them. Don't just say things, but like I said, for the most part, I'm probably the worst person because I am Mister. Hey, I told you. Hey, now I'm leaving it alone.
Let me tell you something. You will never be the worst person because every single day you wake up. You can't be the worst person if you not right now locked up in jail in your own mind. Malcolm X said it is worse to be locked up in your own mind than to be locked up in federal prison. You cannot be the worst because of how some people want to see you versus every single day that you waking up and looking in the mirror. You have with so many men, and I have the freaking poll to take a child. You have to recognize there are women that can't have children.
Yeah,
God bless you to have one.
yeah.
There
Now
are
it's hard
many men
enough.
out here,
Now
right?
it's hard enough.
There are many men out here that can't work for the government because they made a mistake at 16, and because they have that so-called felony on their record, they can't even work for the federal government. Mistakes that they made as a teenager has defined you as um I want to do this. Chat, I want y'all to forgive me. I want to take one moment and I want to get this sound system right. And I'm going to have to make a quick call because I think I know what's going on, but I need to get it through. Can the chat please be forgiving and just allow me to come off the screen for 1 minute so I can get this right? Can y'all give me a little grace and we're gonna get back to the man of the hour? Or do I need to drop and allow matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link for Chef Shapino. Chef Shapino, I need you to come on here, talk to your boy for a minute, or let me say, talk to this man for a minute. Let me get this sound system right. Please, y'all, forgive me, but I do got some tech heads on speed dial. So let me get this right. I'm gonna drop the link for you, Chef Shapino, and you come on up and let's have the conversation. Thank you, Falsetta. Appreciate you, bruh. And we got Gas Girl 37. Salute, salute. It says at eBlack TV, blessings with love, king, and strength.
Chef.
Okay, Chef, yeah, Chef is coming up. Now, ladies, y'all leave Chef alone. That's my personal chef. You know,
Have you
he
seen
got
the
that
Have you
voice
seen the
now.
new?
You know, he from my neck of the woods, NYC. I'm money making Manhattan. He Brooklyn. So we got this New York stuff on lock.
Hey, Have you seen the new Chef video?
Uh,
You gotta check Chef video out.
I will. Me and Chef is voiceovers for Frank Gooden's
Yeah.
production place. So, and then Chef don't realize, I'm letting him know as he hear me. We already collab. He's getting ready to do a voiceover for my beloved niece Courtney, because she got to get that. When people come up, yeah. See, she got that Barry White. She wanted where when somebody try to come up, they got that. You cannot come and see Courtney Michelle without. I can't do it. You know.
Yeah, my voice don't get that. This is as low as my voice gonna get.
you
Look,
know.
my bass on my mic is a high. I'll be watching YouTube videos and everything. They be like, yeah, boost your mic and make it get that full sound. I'm like, I listen back to myself. I'm like, bro, I can't.
And look, I got our other homegirl, Kareem, holding it down in Strong Island. You can't tell her nothing. She got about 5 beaches.
Ooh,
You know, Kareem, she holding it down for the NY and whatnot. We always say Kareem is a 25-year-old with a 21-year-old. Don't ask any questions. She is young, but just hold on, and I'll be right back.
I guess Chef is not coming. But anyway, hey, I want to read something. Excuse me. I want to read something for y'all. This is Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but we against rulers, against authorities, against the cosmic powers of the present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. To me, that verse means, a lot of people sit here and they say, as Christians, we weak. We supposed to be weak. We're
Okay.
not supposed to fight. I'm in my bag right now. What we look, we're
Okay.
not supposed
All
to
right.
fight.
I got falsetto. See, I told you. I got these engineers on lock real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Not quite an engineer, but what's good? What's good?
But I understand that everything is sounding okay now.
Yeah, it's just cutting out a little bit because the mic is a little ways away from you. So
Should I bring the mic a little bit closer?
either you could bring it closer or you could turn the attack up. I was just telling you to just turn it off inside the Rodecaster.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it 1 minute. I'm at the Rodecaster right now.
Because when you go below a certain level, it'll cut out. The sound
Oh, is that it? Okay, let's do it real quick. Okay, I press 1, hitting home. Hold up, I'm going to the settings, my bad. Okay, I'm at settings. I got channels. Do I go to channel or do I go to advanced?
Go into number 1, audio processing, if you got that.
Okay.
Build it while you fly. What's up, eBlack?
There you go. Okay, go to levels. You said go to where now?
Does
I
it
got
say audio
channels,
processing?
podcast, sound, advanced.
Go into advanced.
I got you.
Got me? All right. Okay, I'm in advance, so I got card brightness, headphones, Bluetooth, audio, information.
Audio.
Multi-track, processing, operations.
Processing.
I got USB mix minus on, duck, trans out,
Turn the
trans
audio
output.
ducking off. Audio ducking, you can turn that off.
Turn that off. Okay. Anything else to turn off?
Does it say noise gate over there? It depends on how you have it set up.
No, I have effects editing mode.
No. It should be in that processing menu, but it sounds pretty good now. Let me.
Okay.
Hear you.
Yeah. We all good?
Oh well, it stopped a little bit right there. That noise gate is stopping you. But
No.
you sound pretty good. I think with the
Okay.
mic closer, it's going to pick you up even when you're low. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. And as they say, build this thing while you fly. I don't know why it went to the left on the noise gate part. Go back to channels. Go to advanced. Said, all right, now how am I sounding?
Sound pretty good. It's just the release. Whenever you are not right up on the mic, it's
Right.
going to release. It's going to stop. It's going to close up the noise gate, and then it's going to reopen when you start talking. So closer you are to it, the better you are. Sorry for
Okay.
the interruption.
No. I got some good people, and they hungry. They saying, nah, eBlack better not go nowhere. So we gonna get this back right. I really appreciate you, and hopefully we can get back cooking.
Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Hold
what
up,
happened?
we lost. He probably lost him on his side because I don't even have him saying any. There we go. Look, we having technical, but we gonna get our tech right.
All right, Uncle
We
Stu.
gonna get this right, and we gonna keep having a great show.
All right.
All right, go ahead,
You.
Falsetta. Give us the back to our reality now. Okay. Where I was at, you said it already. That just give and feed them the experience. Actually, do you have any questions for me?
No, well, I had read Ephesians 6:10, right? You know, there's this thing that goes around that being religious or having faith kind of makes you should be on defense at all times. And I try to tell people, that's just not how it works. I want people to understand that, if as a Christian man myself, my faith makes me stronger. But not only that, it indoctrinates me to actually be active. So when I see wrongdoing, when I see fuckery, sorry for cursing, but when I see this stuff, I'm supposed to call it out. I'm supposed to turn the tables. I'm supposed to defend the people. God did not make us weak. But then when they say we're supposed to have a certain character, I try to tell them that the reason why is because the devil wants you to be weak. The devil don't want you to carry a sword. The devil doesn't want you to have a chest plate of armor. The devil doesn't want you to have swift feet. He does not want to be on a level playing field. So a lot of times I try to tell people, y'all, especially non-Christians who be trying to correct me on stuff, I'll be like, y'all, first of all, y'all not checking me on nothing. Secondly, I know what God put us on here for. And if y'all say y'all read the Bible and all that stuff, y'all ain't read the right verses. So it's like, I just wanted to put that out there because I think especially what I've been going through for the last couple of weeks, I think people just don't understand that God said, as long as you stay on this righteous path, man, God will guide you, pray about things, but just sitting back and watching shit go down it ain't got part of God's plan. I'm telling you. We wouldn't have no police officers. We wouldn't have no soldiers. We wouldn't have we wouldn't have Moses going back into Egypt. We wouldn't have Esther's confronting the king. We wouldn't have a whole lot if it was all about pray and let see what happened. Nah, you got to be active. And it might get ugly, but
Good piece. So let's unpack that. Bible says in Peter, when Peter first spoke, the word is called Apollo or apologetics. And apologetics means to be ready to give a defense for your faith. Jeff Shapino, just hold on because I'm about to pull you up. Is to be able to give defense for your faith. And what that defense means is that when someone asks you, why do you do what you do, you're ready to give a response. And what we have to understand in the sense of righteousness, it says that we are not warring against flesh or blood, but we are warring against principalities in high places. And sometimes, situations happen that teaches you it's time to separate. And sometimes it takes a traumatic situation, sometimes for us to separate. But it's in the midst of that separation that the revelation will come through. You are not obligated when you become successful to any damn body. That's not Bible. And a lot of people will guilt your success because they didn't want to do the work. And say, you deserve, you got to feed me. You got to clothe me. You got to do this. You got to let's put in the work. It's easy to blame a lot of things and a lot of people for the condition you're in. One thing I always say,
God gave every man and woman 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a mouth, 2 feet. What are you doing about it? If I know that I don't have food and you can teach me how to grow food, then I'm willing to do what it takes to grow my own garden so I never have to depend on you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's some people like say, oh well, the devil knows the Bible just as well as anybody else. My question is, as God says, even when the devil is doing what he's doing, what are you looking at in the midst of when he's doing it? I got something on my page and it's called "Can You Love Me Through This?" Can you love me when you don't have nothing? Can you love me when everybody is hating you? Can you love me in the midst of the trials and tribulations in your life? Can you love me through this? Because eBlack, I'm going to close it with this. I told you, don't you ever say from this day forward, oh man, I'm this. Oh man, people don't realize I just came through this. Oh man, people don't know my full backstory. But I know that my backstory prepared me for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So as you're loving God through this, remember the people that walk, the true friends, your true people that love you, when everyone walks away, they walk in. That's when you see the love. People will love you as long as I'm making money off of you. People love you as long as I can hold you and enslave you. People love you because I can prostitute you as a pimp. People love you as long as you're speaking and saying what I want you to say in order to manipulate people. They'll love you then. But when you realize who you truly belong to, they will get pissed off, angry, upset, and will call you everything but a child of God. Why? Because God said that when the righteous stands up, you don't think the devil is mad as hell?
Man.
You don't think he's mad?
Big
And let me
man.
help you with this since you want to go on scripture. The Pharaoh let the children of Israel go, right?
Yeah.
But guess what happened?
He went
He got
back
so
again.
mad, he chased them.
He chased them.
He
They was
chased them.
worthless. They were slaves. They were worthless.
Right.
And now
Why
you
did he, right. But why did he get mad and why did he chase them? You want to know why? He chased them because that's the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the money. Do you think if I sold drugs, I want you talking about recovery? You my money. You think if you're a prostitute and I got you out there on the corner, I want to let you go? No, you my money. You think if I got a platform and you the star of the platform, I want to let you go? No, because you're my money. That's why they hate you, because you was the money. I don't care if you was the money for the government, if you the money for your home, if you the money for anybody, you was money. Prostitutes is the money. See, we think the crackhead is the bad one. No, when the crackhead gets cleaned up, the drug dealer get mad as heck. What's the first thing the drug dealer gonna do? Yo, man, I give you this piece for free. Say, I'm gonna teach the game. People don't understand. Don't get me twisted. I know the game because I've been there. I might got a little country accent now because I'm down here in the South. But trust and believe. Chef Shapiro can recognize that Negro is straight hardcore New York. You understand? I've seen it many times. Game, recognize, game. Got it?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, we good.
We good.
We good.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I got to be forced to say two different introductions. Because in the background, he's already put it together that he is now going to be the voice and the one who's going to be now introducing it. I am Courtney Michelle. So, ladies and gentlemen, here the new introducer of Courtney Michelle's show, the one and only Chef Shapiro.
Oh man, listen, I told you, anytime you intro me, Unc, I'm sending that clip to my mama. Because, you know, Mama, I am somebody. I am somebody. That's Uncle Stu. That's your brother. You don't know him yet, but he's your brother in Christ. He's your brother in Christ. Look, Courtney Michelle, you're the only one I'm allowed. I'm YouTube lady. I'm allowed to blush at. But man, listen, I appreciate your intros, man. Those intros that you give, those things are like daily affirmations, my brother. And even if the people have not reached those climbs that you give to them, you tell them this is what your heart sees in them. So you actually are speaking to their greatness, even though that greatness may not have been achieved. And the way that you move, which is really important, you know, I'm about showing perspectives and giving y'all 4, 5, 6 different lenses to see. And then you can go back and see if there's anything different based on your original lens. You not too far OG from me, you know, a few years. But the thing is, I really appreciate you because even something as simple as your intros, you're speaking to people's hearts, you're speaking to people's minds, you're speaking to people's purpose. We think we have a purpose, but life shows us our real purpose. So when you show, and you as a great man show us what you think about us and what you see as that purpose, it gives us a different perspective. I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, I'm the ninja that this guy's talking about. And if I ain't, shit, I need to be. Yeah. So, yo, I appreciate you. I sincerely do. But this is not about me tonight. You know, I just want to talk to this guy that's on the stage with you.
All right, so let's do this.
And when I do this, I want everybody listening to understand this is with minimal mess. A certain person connected us to. If you go to the very first video of this person, we connected. Different things took place. But within that dynamic, me and this gentleman, eBlack, aka Ernest, right?
You're doxing me, man.
Yeah, right. Yo,
look, don't have people thinking I'm running around here doxing people now.
Right. Nah, I'll take the L for that one. But yo, I mean, I never met him before, but I was a Lapeef watcher from before. And I'm going to say this real quick. I was a Lapeef watcher from October, November of 2020. So understand that there was a guy named B Nix that was still there. Rilla was not even there. Courtney was not even there. Kay was not even there. And eBlack was always there, right? And I used to always say, I was like, damn, man, this guy doesn't even know. Everybody been having their wars for them 6-7 hour streams, and then now he pops up at the end as the 7th box on the screen, trying to lighten it up. And they're like, man, shut up. We just finished the whole war. So I was able to see it. I was able to see when realer started coming through, I was able to see, which was wild and refreshing, when I Am Courtney Michelle came through. You know, it was a whole nother essence. But then we fast forward to me making my step into this crazy thing here. One person that was pivotal and always hollered at me was eBlack. Always. My first live stream, which was a freaking afternoon trip to a Mexican restaurant. eBlack hit me up. He told me this is great. He told me about the engagement. So at some point, we as farmers, we as shepherds, we need to know who feeds our sheep and who fertilizes our freaking soil. In this whole dynamic, eBlack has been a brother that's helped fertilize my soil. It sounds rather weird, so I'm gonna say pause anyway. Because you ain't supposed to plant your seed on infertile soil, right? But I think y'all understand. This is a brother that didn't have to do a damn thing for me, and he did. I'll tell y'all a really funny, crazy story. I had a surprise where I was gonna propose to my lady in Vegas. Somebody mentioned it on YouTube. I was gonna propose to my lady, but eBlack was coming to Atlanta for the Manosphere convention, and I felt that it was important that we linked up. That convention started from Friday and Saturday, but a few days earlier on Monday, some nefarious character created a dynamic, and it was weird. And eBlack came down, and he was still coming down. I canceled the Vegas trip. I was supposed to propose to my lady on that trip. Me and this brother had dinner, and I recognized me and him kicking it together. I was like, yeah, this is real. It's not no joke. eBlack is a good dude, man. You know what I mean? Now, don't get mad, eBlack. He's the homie. He means good. He got a good heart, but sometimes his delivery is just off, man. He's the guy that somebody will slap him in the face, and he goes to punch the guy back in the face, and then he ends up missing the guy and hitting the guy's grandmama in the face, and knocking the grandmama down. But he's a good dude, and in this dynamic, he's been there for me. He hollers at me just to holler. He helped me with my technical stuff. eBlack is a good dude, and I will stand on my square for eBlack. So it got nothing to do with me. It got to do with that dude. If you check my page, not for self-aggrandizement, but I created a signature dish called The Ernest.
That was a funny video.
And
that was funny.
It's a hickory smoked and reverse seared tomahawk ribeye cheesesteak sandwich on homemade Texas garlic and herb toast.
Now you just wiped out my whole chat. They about to go over there, go get them something to eat. And my number one moderator, Vaughn. Oh, it's a wrap. Vaughn coming up here to get the recipe. See how brothers do.
Look, Vaughn already sent me the receipt for the 10 pounds of dry ice he sent me.
Let me
this
say
ain't me. This is about y'all, man. And I share the same type of love for you, Uncle Stu, because I know you. I know you come from where I'm come from. But the thing is, you reached out, DM, we talked on the phone, and the conversations we had, it was not, I need something from you, you need something from me. It was just two brothers building. And with all of the negativity and evil demonic stuff that's floating in the YouTube streets, I personally feel that I am totally blessed in understanding that I've gotten more positive poured into me than the negative. Between you, between TLA, between Gail, between Rilla, between Anton, all of the people that are warring against each other, showing me love, bro. You get what I'm saying? So this thing here, I don't know where it takes me. But I feel blessed, honored, and successful in knowing that I came in here and I'm getting more love than hate. So I appreciate both of y'all.
Well, thank you.
Salute, Chef.
I think Bolo TV when I say all the crap that you two faced and I'm facing and everybody's been facing, but let me speak to you two, and hopefully you two will be the example for everybody else. You're right, but you got to recognize that you're allowed to plant a seed with a lot of manure, but that manure is the fertilizer for your growth. Sometimes you may have had to go into Egypt because you had to learn what's going on in Egypt. See, you got to remember Moses went into Egypt and was raised up by the who? The Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was his time, what did he do? He left Egypt. First, he made a mistake. Let's keep it real. He made a mistake thinking he was doing right. What did he do? He actually murdered someone. And the first thing he said was, hey, I did this for you, Jews. We won. The Jews rejected him. Why? Because of where he came from. In other words, you was living in the palace. You was living like this. You was living like that. You part of the reason why we still in bondage. But he said, hey, I did this for y'all. But they rejected him. But here's the beauty of the story. He left Egypt, married a woman he technically, culturally, wasn't even supposed to marry. I think they call them the divestors now. Right?
Yeah.
Spent some time over there. But what he didn't realize was the time that he was spending away from Egypt, everywhere he went in that time away from Egypt was the very steps and places he was going to have to go back to, which was to guide the children of Israel into a promised land. So let's bring it home. Then God said, go back to Egypt. He said, hold up. You crazy. Them folks is bigger than me. They stronger than me. They can do this. And did you not realize that them children of Israel also rejected me? You want me to go back to the land of rejection? But guess what God said? Who is your God? Not the Egyptian God. Who is your God? And he said, go back and tell the Pharaoh, let my people go that they will worship me. The Pharaoh didn't want to do it. So what God said?
You gotta let me get one. Let me get a piece of that. Let my people go. All right, continue.
Right? But what did God have to do? One by one. But everybody don't understand about those curses is that every curse that God gave was a God or a system that the children of Israel was under until he reaches the highest system, which was the sun Ra. After he sent the curse, that's when he was able to get his people to go out. But I have to tell each and every single one of you, when he climbed that mountain, he had to climb the mountain alone. Why? Because the valley people couldn't understand the mountaintop people, and the valley people turned around and what? They had to die in the valley because they did not have a hilltop mind. So I need everybody in my chat right now to understand that it is time for you to have a high top, hilltop mind and leave the valley people alone. Because some people can't go with you, Chef. Some people can't go with you, eBlack.
They gone.
But I've lived long enough to know that sometimes there's going to be a trail of tears and there's going to be a trail of blood. But the war is not with me. You are fighting my God. And your hands is too short to box with God. He says, I know the thoughts that I have for you. And the thoughts that I have for you is good and not evil. No weapon can be ever formed against you. I ain't got to worry about you. He knows it all. Sometimes we got to stop looking and thinking we can see the good. Because my God said that when he created a diamond, it came in pressure.
Yeah,
You want to buy your woman the best of gold, it got to go through the fire. When you want oil, you got to dig deep to get down to the oil. Well, guess what? You got to recognize, gentlemen, that you have been through the fire, you have been through pressure, and people had to dig you up. But when y'all rose, you became the most valuable thing in the land. So, Chef Shapino, if you didn't go through what you went through, how can you tell another man how to go through it? eBlack, if you didn't go through the hell, how can you tell them the blessing of heaven?
Yeah, I agree.
This dude is like a living mirror, yo. He's like a freaking living mirror. You know how in the Disney joint where it's like mirror, mirror on the wall? This is the accountability mirror and the encouragement mirror in the same freaking time. Keep going.
And let me help you.
I had to
Yeah.
give you your
All of those
flowers.
people-
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna
I'ma
get
say
all
this.
you guys back.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all think y'all slick. Go ahead, man.
I'm sorry,
I want
eBlack
y'all to
just
know
got
for everybody-
he got baby oil rinsing down his forehead right now.
Look, y'all must not know I'm petty. Okay, I'm
And
putting
you know what?
I'm putting cases on all y'all.
And that's right. And so let me help you. Let me help you, eBlack. What did Jesus recruit? Did he not recruit the most cussingest man
Yeah,
in the Bible by the name of Peter?
yeah.
Did he not have a Thomas? He didn't pick the best of the 12. Do you know he really did need Judas? Let me help y'all with that in the back. He needed Judas because he needed someone that can spark him going to the cross. Sometimes we need a Judas to do all that he can do. But in the end, even Judas recognized what? Dang, I was wrong. So guess what? You two gentlemen, just know from this day forward, just keep on rising. Maybe I was here at this moment, at this time, for all the hell that everybody want to give me. Let me tell you the greatest receipt. Since everybody likes to talk about receipts, let me just tell it to the people in the back. My receipt is that I'm still living. My receipt is with the people that need to see it. I ain't got to prove a damn thing to nobody. My receipts are in heaven. That's the receipt that I want. I want my God to look at me and say, well done, good and thy faithful servant. Negroes ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in, but my God do.
Amen.
Y'all understand? And so for everything I have been through, let your light shine. Who's for you is going to be for you, and who's not, they're not. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. You could do good to people, and they'll still hate you. You could feed people all day, and they'll still say you didn't do shit.
Man, look, I tell people all the time, you know, when I started in YouTube, I was like, man, it's gonna take me a year to get right because I'm trying to find. What did I tell Uncle Stu? What I find good about YouTube is not the fact that I have subscribers. I find it the community. I love comments. That's that's the funnest stuff that I've had. Comments when people are interacting and we're having these conversations. It's not about figuring out who has the highest numbers. I know how to get higher numbers. Talk a bunch of crap. Get in my bag. But really, what I enjoy most is, like I said, just trying to find a community of people, and it took me longer than probably a lot of people these days. But like I said, what matters most is that I'm around people who enjoy being around me, and you know. I'm telling y'all, I'm putting some cases on some people. Y'all go get it. Y'all go get it. I'm telling you right now. Y'all think look, I'm petty, y'all. Y'all know that. Okay.
Look.
Oh, you think we can't tell now?
Yeah, listen. I am blessed that I have people like TLA. TLA say, listen, I always need one of them petty brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even Gail said, oh, nah, Unc, I can't ride with you. I need my receipts. So you listen, let me open up the chat. This is not just about you, eBlack. This is about you and Chicago and Chef Shapino. Why? Because one thing I wanted about this platform so that everybody got clarity. I didn't do this because of the things y'all went through. My platform is simply allowing people to get to know you versus the content you. Everybody got a real story, Who they are on a platform is not who they are in real life. And some people get the two twisted.
Yeah. When I first started, I tried to put the work person out. We all try to put our best foot forward. And then, especially over the last couple of weeks, y'all seeing the person who I was. I don't like my daughter don't even get to see this person. She don't even know this guy, that guy. So it's like, always understand that we do certain things for a reason, but not only that, privacy is another thing. Sometimes we're protecting ourselves from you guys. Sometimes we're protecting our families from you guys, And Uncle Stu will tell you, Uncle Stu don't play. So don't let the loud and talking and all that stuff fool you, man. Snap.
Yeah, you look.
Make sure it's him. Make sure it's him because he was looking real afternoon this afternoon. He was looking real, spicy.
Real rough, Lizzie. Don't play, man.
Hey, look.
He was looking real spicy.
First of all, look, because my family, my parents, they came from the island of Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Look, I had to honor what he was wearing because he was actually wearing one of the Adidas Haiti. What was it? Olympic jackets. So,
yeah.
He didn't have
know,
a late
I
night
had
to give
outfit.
him that. I had to give him that.
Look, I gotta protect Chicago. Y'all gotta recognize. The first time he graced me on the platform, he was one of them single brothers. Today, he's a married man. So y'all gotta give it up. He ain't out here no more, y'all.
Oh man,
You
I'm
know.
acting. Hey, listen, man. I've been acting real sassy since I done got married.
You sassy savage,
right? Big Gucci energy. But look, man, I just wanted to pull up on Blizzy. For those who don't know, y'all have seen me bombing the chat with Blizzy. That's eBlack. And what eBlack was saying was so monumental in terms of community. This brother, I know there's been, some conversations as to whether people develop real relationships online. And what I can say, I know a lot of stuff has been questioned, but what I could say, Blizzy hit me one time and I started just instinctively talking YouTube. And he said, man, I was just checking on you, bro. I didn't call you to talk YouTube stuff. That's a real dude, fam. The first time, I tell this story all the time, the first time I connected with Chef. Now listen, man, if you're a father, you're protective of your babies, right? The first time I connected with Chef, the very, very first time I heard Froggy voice, You muted, Chef.
If y'all know Little Rascals of Our Gang, there was a character named Froggy. It's an inside joke.
Yeah. The first time I connected with bro, he put his daughter on the phone with me, right? And we had a conversation. And I say that to say, like, these two brothers are real stand-up dudes in the community that we're building. And you know, Uncle Stu, I appreciate you getting in your GE Patterson bag, and you know, that's for older people, only certain people of a certain age, or if you're in Memphis, you know that. But that's who my grandma watched.
Oh yeah, you know, look, when I get off of here, I'm gonna put on my "Make It Rain."
Yeah,
that was his best song that I felt he ever produced.
my grandma watches him all the time, and so I really just wanted to get up here, Blizzy, and just salute you, bro, publicly. You know, behind the scenes, we have our conversations. And Courtney, don't think I didn't see your comment, because you can get some of this work too.
Oh, Courtney get this work. Courtney about to get this work.
Courtney got Kwame Brown's back. Yo, hold up.
No,
I don't know about this new Courtney.
Yeah. Brother on you.
Look,
No,
listen. I'll be simple on this one. This new evolution of Courtney. I don't know. This is a different one, man. Courtney came in like a school teacher. Now she on some different stuff. Now the evolution, I can't hold her accountable.
She a big
nothing.
She a big red bone bully. That's all that is.
Look, she told y'all she got brothers.
That's that Tennessee.
She was built for this. She was built for this. She ain't scared of no man. She built for this.
Nah, she ain't. Shoot, Courtney ain't scared of nothing. He from Nashville, baby. Nashville. So, eBlack, I did just want to salute you publicly, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate our conversations, our roasting sessions. You keep me on point. And Chef, you already know how I give it up with you, Unc. I appreciate you. I'll definitely be here. I got bullied into being here Friday, so I will be back Friday. But gentlemen, right now I gotta go tend to my wife.
Flex.
There you go.
Flex.
Yeah.
There he go. I do nothing but appreciate each and every single one of y'all here today. So I thank you for giving me this interview, speaking and letting people know who you are. You know, I'm not trying to be in the middle of stuff. I'm just all about the intellectual conversation and giving many people a chance just to speak who they are, say who they are, and, you know, everything else.
But like I said, Uncle Stu, you know, I as a content creator now, I don't have a lot of time to but comment, be in every chat. You know, I always follow great, you know, people. And, you know, like I said, if I see a video, I'll scan through it, I'll say what's up, and I'll keep it moving. But you've always had my respect in terms of what you've and how you've always presented your rants are legendary. Your rants are legendary. So, you know, like I say, you know, it's all love from my side.
Well, it's like I continue to say, it's not about me. Part of my platform is just introducing people and having a conversation. It's about separating the content creator from the content. It's just having to be a timing issue, and it just happened to hit at the very date that this conversation was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Who
knew?
Yeah. You know, so it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. So again, I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming, for enjoying this conversation.
Chat was dope.
Again, let us end it with a prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, Father God, we thank you. We salute you. We support you. We rock with you. Even when at times it don't seem like it's going to be good. Even at times when it don't seem like everything is going our way. But we know that whatever way you are leading, we know we will follow you. So we thank you. We thank you for this word. We thank you for these men. We thank you for everybody that hears me, that hears them, that hears anybody on this platform that's trying to go the right way, the positive way, and the straight way. Once again, no weapon that is formed or fashioned against me, it cannot prosper. And I bind every spirit that comes up against the knowledge of God in Christ. And I say amen, amen, and amen. And let the chat say thank you. Peace, y'all. We closing it up.
Let me, since eBlack, you were the star of the show. I just came in to show support. First and foremost, man, Uncle Stu, he can, that time in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m, where you got to get up out of bed to go pee. He can announce that and make it seem like you just won a Grammy. All right. But aside from that, tonight, because I'm still got corporate stuff I'm doing on the other laptop. Yo, tonight was a labor of love. For real. You guys are some real dudes. The energies, I'm big on energies. And even the people that come in my comments and give me feedback, I absorb it, I accept it, and I appreciate it because I believe that my creator put people in front of me for a freaking reason. And me, my Rubik's Cube is figuring out why. It's either a lesson or a blessing, and I take them all. Uncle Stu, I appreciate you. You and I never had an issue. You hit me out of the blue, and whenever you do call, send me a message, put me on your community wall, whatever, it's always at the right time. You do a freaking post, I tell you, I needed that. eBlack, yo, watch this. You're a weird dude, man. But, hey, God chose you, and people thought you wasn't about that life. People thought you was not this. People tried to go and fashion your wife against you, and turned out she was a national treasure. People tried to make you seem a certain way, right? But if you ever seen 8 Mile, guess what? Right now, Rabbit got the gun. You are on some King Arthur right now, trying to pull the sword out the stone. You got my support, brother. I appreciate what you're doing. Your wife is a wonderful lady. Your daughter is a beautiful young lady. And I appreciate what you're doing for your family. You have my support. Chef, got nothing else to say with my long-winded ass.
I feel you.
Appreciate you, man.
Like I said,
wait, he said I was weird. Like, wait,
Weird in a special way, man. Weird enough that I
right.
still keep rocking with you, right?
y'all be throwing these shots. See, I'm telling you, I'm petty.
That's what we do to people we love,
well,
man.
all I'm gonna say is, I take the high road. I got other things to do
Yeah.
and to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You wanted the interview, got you the interview. Everybody heard the interview, and we shut it down right now. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. I'll holler at y'all later.
Peace and love, Unc.